for all you multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless, we will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money. Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here.
It's always a good time. That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good. Very good.
Coming in hot, Jimmy, coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Oh, good morning, America.
I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be there.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, Lara, Ginger.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Well, hello to you, and you. Welcome into another edition of Brayley's Virtual Tour Live. Glad to have all you here. I told y'all, depending on how I'm feeling, if you guys are here for it, I'm here for it. And y'all did a big one for you, man. Your friend and a fan member, over 800 views on episode 1. So I'm like, let's do episode 2. Why wait? So with that being said, higher is waiting. Lower is available, but either way, we are live on tour. Let me take down this iconic intro here. You see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music? Yes, you do. And then there is, wait a minute, getting older. Me, hey, everybody. Welcome and glad to have you here. By the way, shout out to 5 people that were here, 4 people now. Let's get to it because a lot happened in this episode. This is Nelly and Ashanti. We Belong Together, season 1, episode 2. Work it. Here we go. So we see Ashanti working out with Raheem, who's an assistant trainer. And Ashanti is feeling this pressure on herself to get back to her, pre-baby body. And, I've never understood this. I've never understood this because here's the thing, right? Yes, 1 + 1 makes 2. but you're the one pushing out the two, right? You're the one pushing out life, bringing forth life, and you know, you're the first person that baby, you know, comes in contact with. So why have pressure on yourself to get back to what you used to be when this is a part of who you are? And I think that's an internal discussion that's been happening with many women across the years upon years upon years. But apparently Ashanti is known as Miss Vacation. Good Lord Jesus. He showed off some pics. I ain't mad at Ashanti, though. She is a gorgeous woman for sure. And so Nelly, you know, comes through and, you know, hugs Ashanti and gives that encouragement. And he says the snap is backing. And, you know, she's doing those weight ropes, which I wanted to try those, but those look like intense. Like whoever your trainer say, don't play about it, because you have to do sets like 1 and 2 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. So if you think about the jump ropes from elementary school, the ones that were kind of loose, it was like red and blue or red and white or blue and white. And I remember jumping rope across America. I was at Wilson Elementary School when that happened, okay? You remember those jump ropes, times those by 10, coiled, okay? Not actual wire coil, but, you know, coiled up. It's usually, they're usually black ropes too. So imagine Ashanti doing that after getting done with having a baby. Shout out to everybody who has brought life into the world. I can only imagine the trial that you have went through, my Lord. So I learned something new called diastasis, I think. Sorry if I butchered that, everybody, but basically Ashanti's organs have spread apart. KK early and came and transversed, which means basically laid across Ashanti. I had no idea that this was a thing. I asked them, because like I said, I don't have any kids, so you know, you television teaches you a lot, right? So thank God that Ashanti is okay, and Ashanti had a C-section. And let me tell you something: if you looked at the Black mortality and maternity rates for Black women, it will piss you off. Just the energy of not being believed. And like one wrong thing happened in the pregnancy, like the mom and the child can pass away. And it's just a horror that nobody should ever go through. You know, I mean, hey, Linnell Siller, welcome in. Good to see you, my friend. So yes, indeed. So Nelly Nelly did a little Braylon Lee here. He asked, you know, can you not lose too much? The thighs, baby, the baby came through for that. I'm like, bro. I mean, no lies told. I mean, Ashanti was always a gorgeous woman. Oh Lord, let me tell you something. When that thickness gets settled in right, Lord Jesus. Woo. And Melly said, we can work out later. Like, she just had a child. Stop it. But anyway, it's 2 days before the Motown Christmas special. And Ashanti's trying to figure out if she can bring her son. So Ashanti is worried about flying private. And she, you know, X'd out a bunch of shows and offers. And Nelly said his job is to figure out where her heart is and build on that. I fully agree that whenever your wifey is in a situation of what do I do? How do I do it? How do I, you know, how do I navigate the space of trying to make a decision? Then it's your job to listen. And one of my friends said that people who always talk have a hard time of listening. People who always listen have a hard time of talking. And so what I usually do, if a friend of mine, you know, tells me a situation, I'm like, hey, do you need me to speak or do you need me to listen? And that's not dismissing my friend, that is relating to my friend of like, hey, whatever you need me to do to be supportive, I'm here for you. And also too, it puts less pressure on you to know what to say, because sometimes, depending on the situation, if you haven't been through it before, what are you supposed to say? What are you actually factually supposed to say, right? So Nelly says that Ashanti's breast milk is food juice. I'm like, food juice? What? So Nelly has to go to one music fest, and Ashanti says it's hard to get back at. I can imagine so. I mean, for me, because I don't have any kids, I guess, if I was in my career and, mentally I had a bit of a heat stroke, and I, needed to recover for a couple of days, me getting back to it, I would have the energy because it's, it's a heat stroke, right? But to be a mother and try to get back to what you do after bringing forth life, that's going to be a little difficult. So Tina is in the Star Wagon. So for those of you who don't know, these Star Wagons are legendary in Hollywood. They are basically trailers for celebrities and talent. They've been around for years. So Ashanti agreed to fly, right? So KK is with Bree, B-R-I, the nanny. By the way, shout out to all the good nannies, male and female, and everybody in between who, puts in that good work. But KK is with the nanny. And Margaret, the dressing room coordinator, is getting the dressing room together. And Tina's like, where's everything? Because it's not everything we talked about. And Margaret is getting everything together the day of, because they want to be fresh. And apparently the number 9, if you see that on any organic, that means it's fresh. So, you learn something new every day, like I said. So then Ashanti has rehearsal. So it's going to be Santa Baby and Dancing in the Street. And that Ashanti's looking for the teleprompter, right? Because all she knows is her song. She's got mommy brain. And the stage manager then comes over in the middle of rehearsal and says that Ashanti is doing the finale. It's just like, okay, wait a minute now. Listen. It was supposed to be 2 songs, right? And then Ashanti's mom, Tina, said it was supposed to be 3 songs. So I'm guessing the 3rd song was the finale, right? But Ashanti never agreed to do the finale. So Ashanti really wants to sing Santa Baby and then be out, right? So then we see Nelly at one music fest. Jermaine Dupri is there, and Trey, Nelly's son, is there. And so, they're talking about, growing up and trying to and missing out on first and this, that, and the third. They talk about NBA. I think they talk about NBA 2K, I think. And Nelly said, I used to whoop it. Trey's behind all the time in 2K, but, now you can whoop mine. It's just talking about parenting and just life. It was nice to see that, Black men could, talk about other things, besides what they do. So Nelly said he didn't realize he was going to be pushing 50 when it came to, having a kid. And Nelly says until he is hungry or he poops, it's on Ashanti. And I'm going to tell you right now, there ain't no way in hell that's... When I heard this, because we talked about this story, this destination rather on Brayley's Virtual Tour Live. When I heard about this, I'm like, okay, you know what? We've been talking about them here and there. I gotta watch the show. I gotta do after show on it. But seeing it in this episode, I'm like, bruh, let me ask you something. I know your mama said, or I know that you said your mama like put wine in your bottle and make you go to sleep. But ask your mama if she had that mindset when it came to you. And I bet you she did. There is no way in hell there is any, forget Black women for a minute, any damn woman who is a mother is not going to allow the father, baby daddy, icing donor, what have you, to be able to say out of his mouth that until the baby is hungry or can poop or can speak, it's all on you. Ain't no way in hell a man has said that and lived mentally. There's no way. There's no way. There's just no way. So, Nelly's like, listen, I am rich. I've worked hard. We can get as many nannies as you want. But here's the thing though, right? A nanny is not the dad. Just saying. Like that's one thing I've prayed about with my future career, is that I'm always an involved dad, And I remember talking to my mom one time, because one of my stage names is Mr. OTR. Beyonce's On the Run, tour kind of inspired that. And, I said, hey, I'm going to be Mr. On the Run. I'm always running to greatness. You know what I mean? And my mom, being the mom that she is, she said, Bray, if you're always on the run, how are you going to be able to enjoy anything? I'm like, oh my God. Okay, Mom. Well, you just screw that over. But thank God she did. And so now it's Mr. On the Rise, because I'm always on the rise to greatness. Whatever I'm doing, hey, Mr. OTR, what you up to? Well, I'm on the rise to the next thing that I'm getting to, right, in my life. So perspective is everything. And so, so then after that, Ashanti has to be on camera by 6:30. She's got to be ready by 5 p.m. And it's 6 hours until Ashanti's flight. And Ashanti has to leave out at 9 because she didn't know she had enough breast milk, right? And Debbie Allen, who, by the way, I love how they put choreographer / icon. So the finale is a different camera setup. And just give y'all a little bit behind the scenes when it comes to taping a show. Debbie Allen is right, okay? Usually for like a special like this, they'll storyboard out what the set will look like, and who's gonna be in the number, this, that, and the third. And that typically happens months and months and months and months in advance. Like, that's just not a day of thing. Like, this has been happening for months, right? And this is just final rehearsal before you finally do it. So 8:15 is the latest that they can get Ashanti out of the Motown Christmas special. And so Ashanti needs to be there at 6 or 7 a.m. when he wakes up, when KK wakes up. So then, Debbie Allen's like, listen, I get it. And Debbie Allen's like, I thought you were going to originally bring your son with you. But Debbie Allen, being the mother that she is, she's like, I understand. And so they cut, Ashanti out of the finale of the Motown Christmas special. Then Nelly is running with his bus. So he's at one music fest, then he's got another gig, and then he's going to go pick up Ashanti because it's going to be a birthday party in Atlanta, right? So then we got 2 hours before showtime, right? And, for Ashanti, right? 2 hours before the Motown Christmas special. Nelly is self-doubting himself as a dad, and he's saying that nobody really cares about the dad. And let me tell you something, that's a lie. My two dads, my stepdad, who I call dad, my biological dad, those are my dads. You know what I mean? I love them and they love me. It takes everybody to make a person, right? And sincerely, I always say my mom is the spiritual, the emotional leader of our family. My dad is the logical and what do I always say? My mom is the spiritual and the why of our family, and my dad's the logical and the how of our family. Put those two together, then also my biological dad, he is known for his toughness and his vitality to say what needs to be said. So you put those three people together. You add some Braylon magic for me, and of course my village, which is all of you and my family and my friends and everybody, and then you get Braylon Lee. That's how that happens, Let's see here. Good evening, Braylon. You're honing in on the nurturing / connection of the child, the father, but Nelly's act like a lot of fathers do, more afraid of changing a diaper than I am snakes. Hey, my friend, good to see you. And that's the thing, right? I'm sure you just saw me say why I said there is no way. Forget about black women. And we don't forget about black women. If anything, we cover everything else of the culture that nobody else covers in this damn sector. Particularly black women who have their own YouTube channel. They can cover more black women issues than a black man doing it. But that's neither here nor there. Everybody can do what the hell they want to do. But with that being said, listen, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. Now, I'm sure you saw me when I said, listen, black women, women in general, there is no way in flying hell or a heaven or a lounge between both worlds that you are going to say out your living mouth that until he can poop, until he is hungry, until he can speak, it's all on you. Ain't no way in hell that's happening. I'm sorry, like, I don't have kids. I know that that's not going to happen, right? Like, come on now. Sincerely. I'm just like, what? He actually said this on national television. I was flabbergasted. Do you hear me? So, like I was saying, Nelly is doubting, himself as a dad. It's just like, bruh, the only way you will ever doubt yourself as a dad if you don't come through as a dad, right? And, I remember, something that Bishop T.D. Jakes said on Oprah's Life Class, which was a show on the Oprah Winfrey Network before Love and Marriage Huntsville, in case y'all didn't know that. But they were, taping Life Class from MegaFest. And Bishop T.D. Jakes said, your parents are only as good as they are because you were broken when you got them. Their mom and dad gave them the manual that they had, and so that manual was broken. So because that was a broken manual, but it worked for them, they gave that manual to you. So if you don't want your kids to be broken, don't be broken as a person. Oh my Lord, that's a word. That's a word. That's a word right there. If you don't want your kids to be broken, don't make yourself broken. If you don't want your kids to be broken, don't make yourself broken. Now, I know what y'all thinking. Bro, you ain't got no kids. You can't give no advice, but my parents been married over 20 years. Okay? I've seen how to be a good parent. I've seen how not to be a good parent. I remember my one of my cousins, we were in Arkansas. I remember standing on our street, which hopefully will be named Braylon Lee Way one day, when they rename, your street. That would be kind of cool one day. But all in due time. And we were talking about just life in general, and she was having another kid. I was like, listen, the best advice I can give you is every second chance that you wish you could have had, give that energy to them. And they said to me, what do you know about parenting? I'm like, listen, I may not know anything about parenting, but what I do know is that being a parent, that biggest thing that parents usually have regrets about is, damn, I wasn't this, I wasn't that in my life before I had this child. So then they self-doubt themselves of what they should have did. So while you can't go back in time and fix your life, you can be able to invest and give somebody a chance at life. Now, that ain't good advice. I don't know what to tell you, because there's some parents out here that should not be having children. There's some women that shouldn't be mothers, and there's some dads that should. And there are some women that shouldn't be mothers, and there are some men that shouldn't be fathers. Now, if that doesn't apply to you, I ain't talking to you. Okay? You saw the thumbnail, you know my voice, and damn it, you know why you're here. Okay? So, listen. He has had children before. I don't know if he was rich at the time. Money makes some people pay for things they can do themselves. I pray for them. They are a good-looking family. Absolutely, they're a good-looking family. Listen, even though Nelly has done some things that has made us question his black card, I don't wish hell on him. Because if I wish hell on him, then I'm wishing hell on his family. And all we got is each other, because you see the country we in right now? Just turned 250 years old. In 250 years, there's been a lot of destruction. But in that 250 years, there's been a lot of construction as well, right? So, yes, indeed, there. So, after all that, they send blessings to each other. Their events before Ashanti was about work. Now, in the preview, I thought Tina said that Nelly was about work before KK, right? But I misheard that. So hashtag my bad on mishearing that preview. But we are here in the episode, so I'm correcting it now. So before KK, she was all about work, just like any other human being. And then the Ashanti's carrying the pumping equipment, and Ashanti said these are heavy. And Tina's like, wait a minute, what's heavy, the equipment or your boobs? And Ashanti says both. I'm like, listen, if Nelly was there, he would be like, yes, her Ashanti, yes, oh yes. Shantae Murphy, damn it, a legend, by the way. Yes, indeed. So, Murphy Lee from the Say Lunatics is with Nelly, and then New Face, who's a hip hop historian, is there with Nelly. Then Brian Michael Cox, the producer, is there with Nelly. 15 minutes before showtime, there's this car, and it looks like they're with police. So Ashanti has to go, right? And so, hey, Coach James Hodge, good to see you, my friend. Hopefully all is well with you. So the prompter is in a different spot than where it was in rehearsal. So they said something about confidence monitor. So a confidence monitor or conference monitor is basically on the ground. So if you have ever went to a conference, for example, right? Now, usually what will end up happening, okay? I'm going to give y'all a little behind the scenes TV magic here. I remember, for example, when Steve Harvey did What Men Think and What Women Really Think the event, there was the audience, but then right in the middle was the teleprompter, okay? And then they had the, camera 2 shot on Steve and, the women on stage. The camera 3 was on Steve, and then camera 1 was on the guest, right? So that's usually the 3 camera setup. Now, the confidence monitor on the ground has got usually the time on one side, and then on the other side is the actual prompter, right? So you have the prompter in front of you, and then you have the prompter below with for time and segment 1. Then on this side is what the lyrics are, what you're supposed to say, and all that stuff, right? In the prompter. So, and not to mention too, Beyonce uses teleprompters too. If you remember that clip where she was tilting at 45-degree angle, not in fear of her life. But here's the thing: Beyonce platform matches her energy where she is. So she was platform matching being calm, but inside, I know she was like, if y'all motherfuckers don't get this shit together. So when the car came down, it was in one of the TikToks. You actually saw a teleprompter with the lyrics of one of her songs. So singers do use teleprompters, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so there's a little behind the scenes magic for you there. Yes, indeed. So Nelly performs, right? And then Ashanti performs, and Ashanti does great. Nelly does great. And, I want to speak on something that Nelly said, that, he's booked for life. It is a blessing to be able to have built your own name, and your social capital was always good. But it's 2025, and so your social capital can go to your social capital account balance can go to 0 as quick as you made it. Well, not as quick as you made it, because anybody can build financial capital. It takes somebody to build social capital, right? So, but I liked what Nelly said though, of when you're an artist, you gotta give everything you got. And so, even though I am in the world of unscripted, with Brainley's virtual tour live and everything else that I want to do, and believe me, if y'all do some of my plans, y'all be like, oh my God, Brainley wants to do that. And here's the gag, you ready? Every production that I usually create is always inspired by my life, by my family, my friends. One of y'all, if y'all say, hey, what would be cool, something could help me out, I'll make a show out of it just to help people. That's why I always say I want to be a social media philanthropist, giving back through the power of media to help people be the most social that they can be so they can achieve what they want to do in life. So when you understand the assignment is bigger than you, you can move about the country and the world accordingly. Because, in the words of Anonymous T,
because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because
one more time.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
One more time for the one more time.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
There it is. Yes, indeed. So, with that being said, 45 minutes until Ashanti's flight, and then Ashanti comes in right on time. She runs in, and it's a mommy run for sure. She's like, "Hey, KK." I'm just like, can you imagine, like, when KK grows up, it's like, your dad's Nelly and your mom's Ashanti, and like, how did you navigate this world? Like, wow, you got two legends as parents. So then in the preview for the next episode, they're talking about spanking, right? And then it says, listen, if you would spank me. And then Ashanti was like, how'd you think KK got here? I'm like, wait a minute. In the words of Keke Palmer, I know y'all were that close, but I didn't know y'all were that close. Why do I feel like Nelly likes leather on Ashanti? With a leather whip. That's just me. Listen. Both of these people are very high profile celebrities. And sometimes they need a release where they can be submissive, right? So, listen. Feel like Ashanti's dominant, Nelly's submissive, but then again, Nelly is Nelly. If you want to take a ride with me, then all right. Hey, it must be the money. When it's about the money, you hold on to those reins, motherfucker. You hold on. Anyway, let me stop. So then, Ashanti singing the national anthem at the World Series, which is a huge deal. We saw pictures of that on social media, video of it. So it looked like some of the events that we were seeing in real time at that time, they were filming the show. And then KK, he ished. So, Nelly, you remember what you said, right? Until he's hungry, he needs to poop. It's on you. Well, he's pooping now. And then, Nelly and Ashanti are bringing their families together. And Nelly says, you always want somebody that can get along with your family. And then Nelly says, you can't force the family to get together. And ladies and gentlemen, that is Nelly and Ashanti. We Belong Together, season 1, episode 2. Work it. Good episode. Now listen, this is what I'm trying to figure out. Do y'all like this format? Do y'all like Friday and Sundays where we do the episodes like that? Because Friday you get an episode, then Sunday you get another episode. Because I'm kind of liking that format. I didn't know how I would feel about it because the reunion is going to start next Monday for Roa, right? So Monday you will not have a Roa episode. But also too, I want to take our time with this. Y'all let me know in the live chat below, in the comments below, do you like that format? Do you want the show Monday, Sunday? Do you want it Friday, Sunday, and Monday? Like, let me know what you guys are thinking. But it was a good episode, very good episode. I like the fact that these are people that have been around. You know what I mean? It's not an ensemble cast where, somebody got to get along with somebody for the show to, for the show to make it. And honestly, tell you the truth, even though people are dragging Nelly for the rightfully so statements he makes, Ashanti and Nelly really don't need the show. They're both legends. Like Nelly said, he's booked for life with his discography. So he will always get money, right? You always have ways to make money. Same thing with Ashanti. So, if it's a 1 season thing, okay, cool. I don't expect it to last. I'm gonna be generous. 3 seasons. I know. I think that it will probably end at 3 seasons because I think Ashanti loves her privacy. I really, really do. I think Ashanti loves her privacy. Nelly, he's more the flashy type. Ashanti's more of the very cutesy, very mindful, very demure type. So I think 3 seasons, because we'll get to see the beginning of KK's journey. And then after that, it's like, okay, y'all saw us in the beginning, follow us on social media. So I think that's probably going to be, what it's going to be for that show. Hey, my friend, good to see you. I'm in the bushes trying to report. Welcome in, my friend. I hope all is well with you. By the way, y'all like, comment, share, subscribe to the community star system. A great sister. Great sister right here. My thoughts. And a great brother right here, Colton James Hodge. Yes, indeed. By the way, La Renee Creole is live from Walt Disney World Resort. Today, sadly, is the final day of Tom Sawyer Island and the Liberty Bell, going around the rivers of America. They are taking that out for Piston Peak, which no one asked for. Good job, Disney. Good job. Speaking of Disney, Monday, I'm going to have a little fun with y'all. Not that we don't have fun around here already, but Monday, we gamified Walt Disney, right? Got the Disney brand rebrand master plan. Well, I got something for Disneyland too. Can't wait for y'all to see that. And then Universal Studios Hollywood, shout out to that Park Place for giving us the scoop. Universal Studios Hollywood has 23 acres that they could, do something with. I think I found over 20 game franchises that I think could really go in that spot. So you're going to get not 1, but 2 theme park-based shows on Monday. So look forward to that. I think I'm going to do probably the Universal one at 6 o'clock and then the Disneyland one at 8:30. So that's on top of the 11 a.m. show. So 3 shows in one day. That's how we do. That's how we roll. That's how we get down. And then, this Thursday will be the first Thursday that I've had off in a while. It actually was last Thursday. But I had to, come on YouTube and prove to everybody that there was a whole network for the Oprah Winfrey Network before Love Mary Huntsville. Because here's the thing. I'm cool with everybody having their opinion. But also make sure your opinion is based in fact. When you pull out a 2013 article about Oprah having a breakdown, when there's been very much many articles covering that, and interviews with Oprah on CBS News this morning, talking about the struggles of the network. And when you can find most clips of the old shows that used to be on from their YouTube channel, which the first video was dropped 14 years ago, that's when I have a problem as the media nerd of social media, because I take this seriously. This space, this platform, and this frequency of media has given me the space to experiment, to try, to fail, to succeed, and to always know that I can be somebody. So I take that platform very seriously. And so when you do malfeasance of just doing content to drag a network that you watch the show that you say you can't stand on that network, and that's the only way you could ever have a platform, I have a problem with that. Because in the words of Anonymous T,
because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
One more time for the one more time.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
And that's why I thought. One more time.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
What I thought, okay. Like, sincerely. So, like, bruh, sis, miss me with that. It's fascinating. Just like people who, I know Tyler Perry is in his lawsuit right now. But, some of my friends, we were watching The Oval one day. They're like, oh, my God, I can't stand Tyler Perry, this, that, and that. I'm like, what if he offered you $250,000? But that's the no. See, now you played yourself. Keep that same energy. So the All Boyfriend Network were to offer that supposed content creator contract for a show on OWN, they probably will be jumping at the chance at it. See, don't have the Black Dash and Black Proxy and Black Imagination to move one way and behave another way. I'm just saying, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. Ciao. That made no damn sense. We're going to take a little bit of a commercial break. We'll be back with more. We are live on tour. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll be back right after this. Roll it.
Open your eyes.
Think of the one place you've always wanted to see.
Where our magic comes from?
They say if you dream a thing more than once,
Please, please, please.
it's sure to come true.
Everything you see exists together in the great circle of life.
There are stories about what happened.
It's true. All of it.
In every job that must be done, there is an element of fun.
I told you she was tricky.
Life is full of possibilities. What do you want to be remembered for?
The world is in our hands, and we gotta do something with it.
I just want to say a word of thanks to all the artists, the workers, and all of you. The young and the young in heart. You helped make this dream come true.
Here you leave today and enter a world of
A world of princesses.
A world of villains.
And heroes.
Raise your sabers. world of all the favorites.
A world of throwbacks.
A world of...
For whatever you love, infinite worlds await.
McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it.
I love you so much. I had to tell you twice. Welcome back into Brayley's Virtual Tour Live. Got that right here in the building. 13 people in the building with me. Thank you all so much. 16 now. Wow. Happy Sunday to all of you over here with me. I'm glad to have you. We just got done talking about Nelly and Ashanti. We belong together season 1, episode 2. Working. I gotta tell you something. Peacock, they're finding their flow. If you all remember, it was Bel Air that put them on the map for unscripted content rather. And then, now with Love Island, that I believe used to be on CBS, if I'm not mistaken, people are eating that up on Peacock. They are seriously eating that up on Peacock. So Peacock is finding its way. And people really are gravitating to Nelly Ashanti. And first of all, I think that, the fact that they are executive producers of their own stuff is a good thing. But also, too, it seems like the production company that they're with are about following the reality as it is. You know what I mean? Plus, all of that helps to know when people know who you are and people actually want to care about you. Well, a show with no content. How dreadful. Which is not Nelly Ashanti, by the way. Okay, listen. That's neither here nor there. 9 people in the building with me. Thank you all so much for being here. Shout out to Linnell Stiller. My thoughts there. Colton James Hodge and Nikki Newsom, our system. Shout out to y'all for being here. Yes, indeed. Man, I gotta tell you something. It's been quite the summer on our channel. I mean, that trial, it took everything out of me. It really, really did. I mean, covering it live every day at 6 o'clock. The aftermath of it. And child, I just saw the news about Tyler Perry and another lawsuit, child. We'll get to that in the morning. Okay. Right now, I'm just chillaxing. But good. As you can tell, the cycle never sleeps for anybody. But yes, indeed, I did say, depending on how I was feeling, I was going to do a show for you all Sunday about this, because I'm just like, why wait until next Friday when we can do episode 2 this Sunday? So, I listen to you guys, And by the way, that first episode, you all have done it up big for me. I think it was 800 views, I think. Let me see something if I can pull that up, y'all. Yep, right now, let me show y'all this here. Because it surprised me. I guess that's what happens when you find the content, I guess. But anyway, not if you're watching right here, right now. But look at this. 13 likes, 908 views right now. That is thanks to all of you. Shout out to each and every single one of you all for that. So 908 views, getting up to 1,000 views. Listen, I can't tell you, the formula for what I do. I always say consistency plus tenacity equals your destiny. But people can tell when you're being authentic. People can tell when you're being honest. People can tell when you're about your business. And when it comes to these shows, I recognize that it's a show. Of course, if something pops up from the show, then if it can supplement what we're talking about in the after show, then I bring it up. But otherwise, you will hear all that stuff on Bringing This Virtual Tour Live, the morning edition, the evening edition. Okay, because I truly believe that if you can be about your business of covering the show for what it is, then people will honestly come to the show, will follow you for what it is, and 13 likes as well. So thank you all so much there. Just wanted to shout y'all out for being the good people that you are. Almost there to 1 full-fledged hour, and then I will turn off my camera, and then we'll just chill out here for a little bit. By the way, these Utz lemonade chips here, like, listen, I only got them because of Alex Lemonade Stand. By the way, if you don't know what Alex Lemonade Stand is all about, it's a foundation for childhood cancer. So I bought it for that. But besides that, I don't think lemonade and chips really should go together. So just saying. Ashanti said he changes diapers up sometimes. So obviously he said that for the show to make it more interesting. Well, thank you for that, Angela Page. Appreciate you so much. Welcome in. Glad to have you here. Were you here last review? I think you were, but welcome in. Glad to have you here. But here's the thing, though, right? With that being said, and I think Nelly is beginning to experience this. When you say something on the show, people take it as that because it's called reality TV. So I mean, listen, just gotta be careful with that. But listen, I do try to give love, grace, and space to every after show I do. You know what I mean? But yes, indeed. So thank you for that, Angela Page. Much love to you. Like I said, the 13th will be Roa, and then the 14th will be our review here, our after show live on July 14th. So get ready for that. That should be a good time. That'll be part 1 of the Roa reunion, child. Should be quite interesting there for sure. 10 people in the building with me here. Thank you all so much. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Glad to have all of you here. And yes, indeed, we're just chugging along, just chilling, chillaxing. Yes, indeed. So, oh man. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Y'all had a good Juneteenth weekend. For those of you who are celebrating Juneteenth all over again. And for those of you who celebrate the 4th of July, I hope you had a good 4th of July weekend. You got all the barbecue in that you could. I hope you got fat. You know what I mean? I hope you had the itis where it's like, I'll never forget that one meme of Laura Devine. She had sweet potato pie on a plate on her shirt. She was just... Shout out to Laura Devine. She's a legend. Okay, listen. But I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend this weekend. Yes, indeed. Oh, my Lord Jesus. There's always something happening in the world that we live in today. Hopefully, we're able to bring it to you with some love, peace, and soul, in the words of Don Cornelius here. Yes, indeed. I really do feel like this is like the Black Netflix. Like, you get everything here. I mean, you get after shows, you get deep dives, you get the regular show. You really do get everything here. I mean, I'm trying to think, there's not one topic that has not been covered on Virtual Live. Like, even if you haven't covered that topic, somehow they will be referenced within Nation. Referenced in a tour. So we always make sure that, anything and everything that's happened, we try to cover everything else. You know what I mean? So you do get pop culture, you do get entertainment, you do get reality, but you also get entrepreneurship. You get real news as well. The human interest stories, true crime stories. Like I said, that trial was a trial. And I haven't seen the new lawsuit yet. I'm going to do my research first before, I get my links together. But yeah. I'll see what's going on with that, because like I said, the morning edition of Brainley's Virtual Tour Live, that's more of the conversational version of Virtual Tour Live, and then 6 p.m. it's where your news gets upgraded with soul, and it's the evening news for the rest of us. But the reason why I bring that up is because one of the morning editions, we actually covered Haley Bailey's restraining order, and we just did that destination. And I have to tell you, it really went well. People really liked it. I called it the Beauty and the Dusty. Because y'all know I love me some wordplay. Y'all know I love, utilizing the culture and see what can be making something out of anything, right? So yes, indeed, making something out of something. But yes, indeed. So yep, 5 more minutes, and then I'm gonna turn off my camera here, and then we'll just chillax for a little bit. Like I said, if you guys got any questions about anything within reason, let me know. I would love to hear from you, and also to leave got any questions about the show, leave in the live chat below. Love to hear from you, and leave your comments below as well. Words of my friend Ron, leave your comments down below before you head out the door. Shout out to Father Bradley's Fun as well. Shout out to him. Yes, indeed. So all good stuff happening over here as the fireworks are going off behind us here. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. By the way, I haven't I know the show's been out for a couple of months now, but I haven't seen like an early season 2 renewal for Nelly and Ashanti. But I'm assuming, based on how it's being talked about, in the world of social media, I'm sure it'll get season 2. For sure. I always love it when it does that. That's so cool. But yes, indeed, there. So. But yep. Lord. Sorry, yes, indeed. But yes, indeed. Wow, I'm so happy for everybody who is happy in their lives too. Shout out to y'all. For sure. Shout out to y'all. Lord. And by the way, prayers up to everybody in the flood, man. In Texas and in Arkansas, it's quite sad. It really is. I don't know how we are functioning as a society right now. I feel like we're just coping with each other and what's going on in the world as best we can. I feel like everybody's waiting for the day that the biggest move out party is happening on 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. So that's just me. 1 more minute, and then I will turn off the camera. Yes, indeed. Here, 6 people in the building. Thank you all so much. Love you, value, and appreciate y'all very, very much. Thank you for the 6 likes. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Yes, indeed. I cannot believe. Can y'all believe this? We've done 3,400 videos together. We've done 3,417 videos together. That is Mind blowing. Mind blowing. Mind blowing. Okay. Hey, Sharon, it's Karen. Welcome in. Glad to have you here. I hope all is well with you. Yes, indeed. I'm gonna turn on my camera now because we done the whole show for an hour. Yes, we have. Man, what a show tonight. Episode 2 of Nelly and Ashanti. We belong together. Work it. Good episode, of course. So, like I said, I'll chill out here with y'all for just a little bit. We'll probably chill out here until maybe 107, maybe 110. Like I said, if you guys got any questions from me or anything, just let me know. Do not mind hanging out with y'all. So yeah, I'll try to look into that and see. Because I already have my 2 other shows together, but if I can find the documents, we might do 4 shows in one day, which would be kind of pushing it. But don't hold me to that, though. Okay, don't hold me to that. We'll see. Chelsea. Yes, 11 people in the building. Thank y'all so much for being here. Appreciate y'all. We are just chillaxing. We talked about Nelly and Ashanti tonight. We reviewed episode 1 Monday. So you haven't missed out on much, but you have missed out on something, okay? So if you need to catch up, go back to episode 1. And then episode 2 will be right here for you guys for the after show. Oh, Jesus. Seven people in the building. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. Let me see. Watch that video a little bit. But that's interesting. Very, very interesting. We are just asking if you guys got any questions about the show, about Nelly and Ashanti, we belong together. Let me know. Much love to each and every single one of y'all. Thank you so much for being here. We're just chillaxing. We did the whole show. If you're looking for the review, we did it in 40 minutes. And now we're just chillaxing. So if I had me a good weekend, I'd be some Old Carolina barbecue and some Wingstop. Just kind of treated myself a little bit because I rarely do that normally. Yep. And believe me, prayers up to each and every single one of y'all for applying for jobs, because here's the thing. I don't mind working for anybody, but I want to work for someone that has respect for employees, that can pay a decent wage, and also, too, it's the flexibility for me, because I would love to do more of this with y'all full time, right? But you don't want to mess up your foundation trying to, put on a show for other people, right? So, and listen, if it looks like that I'm here all the time, that's because I know how to stagger my schedule, right? My production schedule and my distribution schedule really falls in the same day for the live streams, right? So I'll, find the destinations, find the links to them, make the thumbnail the same day, air it the same day. Like I said, during the day trial, we did 10 shows a week. And if you add the Never Ever Mets, that was 11 shows a week, 11 live shows in 1 week, all live. So believe me, there's a method to the madness. People say, you should really teach that. I thought about it, but I'm like, at the same token, it's like, I know one thing about teachers is when they teach, they give their all, right? So I know if I were to teach this, that I would expect, my students to, have my energy, but also too, I also have to recognize rather that not everybody is going to have my energy in the beginning, because I didn't have this energy in the beginning where I could, do 10 shows a week. You got your mind? I was surprised when I could make it through one. Because it does take some stamina to be able to do this for hours at a time. We make it work. And believe me, I'm applying for all the remote jobs that I can. So when I do get the right remote job, I can, figure out how to, utilize the platform I have with all of you into my job. I was talking with a couple coworkers of mine. They were like, make sure that you keep, your YouTube, separate, right? But also, in the same token, if I get a social media job and there's, an update that you guys need to know about, well, guess what? If I'm a social media manager of that company, y'all can find out right here with me. And I'll probably include, maybe Friday check-ins with the social media manager if I can get a position of that caliber. And if that company allows it, because most of the time with social media managers, you usually never see them. They are usually behind the scenes most of the time. And I believe if you're going to be the head of social media, you should know how to work radio and TV and podcasting and live events and live streams and any other platform that comes your way. So. But all in due time. Like I said, I think the biggest thing that frustrates me is the waiting period. Because it's like, I'm ready to work. I know some of you out there probably are feeling the same way. It's just like, what? I know I'm qualified. Quit playing in my face. It's like anytime I do an application, they're like, so when can you start? I'm like, today. Because it's like, you need an employee and I need a job. So it's like, it is what it is, And plus, I feel like that should be admirable. Of course, you can't probably start work that day, but you should at least showcase some eagerness in your application, right? But to each their own. Well, everybody, it's been 1 hour and 10 minutes. I want to thank everybody for being over here tonight. Thank you to Liddell Stilla. Thank you to My Thoughts. Thank you, Coach James Hodgman. Man, good to see you. Nikki News or Narcissism. I hope the report is going well in terms of getting that done. Because here's the thing, like, even if you work from home, you know, I can only imagine, like, yes, you are able to, you know, do what you want to do to a certain extent, but still just, I remember when I was at Kent State University and at Arkansas Tech, it was those 11:59 assignments. Oh my God. Whew. And just the energy to get it done was just exhausting, because it was just like, do I really have to do this? It's like, yes, you do. If you want to graduate. But there's a whole other thing when you're doing it for a job. It's just like you're hitting that mental wall of like trying to understand the information and try to figure out how to tell the information to coworkers, and just it's a sugar number. But prayers up to you, my friend Angela Page. Thank you for the context, conjecture, and connection to what Nelly said. Nelly has to be careful because, listen, this is called reality TV, so he's got to be careful what he says. I can't wait till we get to the episode where, you know, Nelly and Ashanti are, you know, talking about the inauguration, because you guys remember that preview when Ashanti's like, next. So it's funny, like Steve Harvey, you know, his wife Marjorie told him not to go, and then Nelly's wife Ashanti told him not to go, and you saw what happened. So it's like Ashanti knows what's up, and Nelly not. Sharon is caring. Much love to you as well, beautiful sister. That is it for me. With that being said, it is time. The best outro on YouTube. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say more special, because you are always one of us. And trust, you may not be where you want to be, but you'll be where you need to be, what you're chosen to do. Wise one thing by yourself, it's nothing be chosen. One love, much love for all of. I spend time with you. You spend time with me. And hopefully, by spending time together, we're great together. And always remember, we're doing radio, television, YouTube of your best life, or you're just recognizing that, hey, listen, maybe, just maybe, people want you to match the energy that you give. Make sure the replay is not just right for you watching, not just right. Let's do it if you want to experience it again. I love you. I embrace you all. Always remember, receive love, God give it. Receive love, God give it. Receive love, God give it. Wherever obstacles you have overcome, where success that you have achieved. On this particular day, I'm extremely proud of you, but no one's proud of you. Be proud of your damn self. And finally, y'all, I'm doing it a little bit different tonight with the Daily Motivator, because y'all know I don't go live on Sundays. But I will say this, right? I think that, you know, aftermath is important to any space of an event, right? So the first thing about aftermath is the aftermath can be a good thing, right? The amplification of a story, right? Also, aftermath can be a bad thing too, depending on what you did. So remember, aftermath is a double-edged sword. So that's the first thing I'll tell you. The second thing I tell you is you will never be able to please. You will never be able to please anyone's timeline. So make sure you please your own timeline. But also be responsible for the timeline you create as well. That's the second thing about aftermath. And finally, a third thing I'll say about aftermath is recognize that aftermath happens to everybody. I do mean everybody. It happens to everybody. The main thing is, if you always are moving in your purpose, people will give love, grace, and space to your purpose, all right? With that being said, commercial break and fireworks coming your way for the day that was, for the day that's coming, for the blessings on the way for you, me, all of us. It's a society, as a people, as a culture. I feel love and sending it right back to you. And always remember, in the words of Anonymous T,
because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
One love, much love, all love. I feel love is sending it right back to you. Get out, everybody.
I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you.
Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner.
Good evening. My name is Mark Woodbury. I'm the chairman and CEO of Universal Destinations and Experiences. Well, we're finally here. Tomorrow we begin a new chapter at Universal Orlando Resort as we open Epic Universe. We built this place for you. I want to thank you, our fans, for your love of our stories, characters, and immersive experiences that inspired this incredible place. Epic Universe represents over 8 years of meticulous planning, immense creativity, and innovation, combined with unmatched craftsmanship and operational excellence on the part of thousands of people who have brought to life the stories and characters that live beyond each of Epic's portals. But it represents so much more. Your love of Universal and the deep connections we've shared together here in Orlando over the past 30 years inspired us to dream bigger and to push the boundaries to create something extraordinary for you and for generations of fans and families to come. And tomorrow, as we open Epic Universe, I can't wait for you to experience this place for yourself. Now it's your turn to step inside, to lose yourself, and to share this place with the ones you love most. As we open this park, we hope your world becomes a little more epic. Tomorrow, Epic Universe becomes yours.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.